So you've built a time machine, and as you settle into the pilot seat for your maiden voyage, you switch her on. An unimaginable flow of energy surrounds you. Eager to explore, you decide to take a cautious first step, a quick jump back one day, just enough to test its capabilities, to see what this baby can do, but not too far if things go wrong. Gently, you slide the lever back a few millimeters, initiating a short trip into yesterday. Instantly, the world around you dissolves into a chaotic whirl of light and confusion as the very fabric of space-time unravels. After only a second, you cut the power to see when you have arrived. But as the swirling chaos begins to settle into order, your body ignites with pain, your blood boils, your flesh turns cold, and your lungs threaten to burst. The earth you left moments before has vanished, instead finding yourself stranded in the cold, relentless vacuum of space. As your life ends, the very last thought you have is of the crucial and fatal calculation you failed to consider. Welcome to the trouble with time travel. Today we are stepping into the impossible. We're going to explore time travel and specifically the hazards that lay hidden along the way. I mean, it would be great to travel through time, right? Something many have imagined, dreamed of even. The ability to visit the past and see history, prehistory, to visit any time, any major historical event, revisit important periods in our own timelines, correct mistakes, to visit the deep past and see the world of the dinosaurs, what the world looked like as life began to take a hold, or go into the future and peek at what awaits in tomorrow, sneak a look at the lottery numbers, explore how our species evolves, to see our destiny, to travel all the way to the end of time, if indeed such a location even exists. Today, we are not going to concern our exploration with what happens if we alter the past or try to reshape the future. As fascinating as those paradoxes are, they have been explored already by science fiction writers and exploratory thinkers at great length. No, instead, we will explore more practical considerations, some of the dangers that lurk unseen behind every moment you traverse. So let's do it. Let's jump through time and explore what these nightmares lurking behind the safe veil of the present might actually look like. Before we begin though, we are going to need a time machine and the power to run it. Now, I'm not going to explore the technology behind a working time machine, as that I'm pretty certain would take a whole episode in itself. No, instead, let's shortcut this minor detail and presume you already have one. A working time machine sitting at home in your garage, waiting for you to take it on its first outing. Now all we need to do is fire it up. And straight away we run into our first challenge, and it's not a small one. In order to distort space-time and make a wormhole or teleportation device work, scientists have theorized that we'd require a staggering amount of energy, an amount of energy equivalent to the mass energy of the sun. That is to say, the entire energy the sun would put out in its 8 billion years or so of life. This energy equates to 1.79 times 10 to the power of 47 joules, so not a couple of Duracells. The amount of energy required to do this is not just huge, it's practically impossible, way beyond our civilization's capabilities. It's difficult enough to conceive of that amount of energy, let alone utilize it. Think of it like trying to hold a star in the palm of your hand and squeezing it dry like a wet sponge. Trying to manipulate and control the unimaginable energy of trillions of nuclear reactions at once. I think we would need to be a Type 2 civilization or above before we could harness or even utilize that type of energy. Currently, we are a Type 0.7 civilization at best, according to the Kardashev scale anyway. Potential solutions, in theory, may involve negative energy or exotic matter, substances that could theoretically power and stabilize such wormholes. While we are far from creating, let alone harnessing these types of energies, ongoing research into quantum physics and the properties of space-time might someday bring us closer, or at least offer a way to reduce the demands of our time machine in terms of energy. But for now, let's presume we have the power, a battery cell, a power source of unimaginable immensity to make this happen. Man, that thing's buzzing. So with your time machine powered up, you set off. You jump in and fire up. Being a little cautious, you decide to set the time coordinates for tomorrow, just in case. And this is where we run into our next difficulty, unfortunately a fatal one. The solar system orbits our galaxy at approximately 514 miles per hour, and not in a straight line. It kind of corkscrews as it goes. At the same time, the Earth orbits the Sun at approximately 66,528 miles per hour. And while all this is going on, the Earth is spinning on its own axis at approximately 1,040 miles per hour at the equator. The issue for you as a time traveller is that all points in space are moving as you move through time, meaning the location you started out from is not going to be the location you arrive in. Even if you only jump 24 hours backwards in time, you will be over 1.6 million miles from the Earth, arriving in the vast desolation of space. Ain't no coming back from that. In theory, a precise space-time map of our universe updated in real time could help us aim better with the additional ability to move through space as well as time. But current technology does not allow for such calibration, making accurate placement nearly impossible. Nonetheless, let's presume we have our space-time map. First hazard avoided. But it gets worse, much worse. Imagine stepping out of your time machine, now safely anchored to our home world, only to find we didn't calculate for the Earth's spin, perhaps arriving in the middle of the ocean or within a mountain range. In theory, calculating to arrive 1 day, 2 days, a week, or even a month exactly to the second might mitigate this particular hazard. But moving beyond these time frames, even if we could anchor our time machine to the same Earth location, it is going to become a very risky venture when you move beyond anything like a week or a month at most. Imagine arriving where a tree once stood, a building, a person. It sounds like it might become very messy in a fatal kind of way, and not just for you. In theory, violating the fundamental laws of physics through atoms and fundamental particles occupying the same space at the same time would cause a catastrophic event, ranging from a localized explosion with the energy of a thermonuclear blast to the formation of a black hole, potentially leading to an extinction-level event. Not the best of outcomes. Over longer periods of time, tectonic plates shift, glaciers advance and retreat, mountains rise and fall, and climates change drastically, all adding to the utter chaos of likely hazards you will need to negotiate. So along with your space-time map and ability to stay anchored to the same spot or move through space independently, you're going to need some way of predicting where things are or where they have been. In theory, it might be possible to calculate the past shifts of the landscape, or even people to a certain extent. But of course, knowing what lies ahead is a completely different scenario altogether. Best stay focused on going backwards just for now. What we need is an ultra-precise environmental scanner and predictive models to target safer landing zones, ones that can do so in the time coordinates you are headed to. With Earth's dynamic nature, especially over longer timescales, this remains a formidable challenge, but let's presume we have this technology, no matter how complex it may seem, and can overcome these difficulties. With a sigh of relief, you arrive safely at your space-time coordinates, without causing an extinction-level event. With your power source, space-time map, ability to move through space as well as time, and an advanced environmental scanner, you jump backwards and safely arrive in yesterday. After a quick look around, you decide to head way back and pull on the lever to get a few more zeros on those years traversed. You arrive and everything seems to be okay. The chronometer shows 30,000 years BC. However, without realizing it, you are already dying and an invisible assailant slowly but surely begins its deadly work. As soon as you took your first breath, a long extinct virus entered you and began attacking your unprepared immune system. Within an hour, you start to cough and feel unwell, aching to the bones. Within a day, you are completely incapacitated, coughing up blood, unable to open your eyes, while blood and pus leaks from lesions that have appeared all over your body. Who knows what pathogens you would be exposed to? Your immune system has never encountered these microbes, viruses, or bacteria before. With the exponential rate at which microorganisms evolve, you are likely now to be facing real and very unseen dangers. It would be no fun arriving to die of an infection or to bring a long extinct virus back to your own time, creating a plague that wipes out the human race or even all plants, insects, and animal life on the planet. That would not do at all. Luckily, you've thought of this one and come prepared with advanced bioshields and immunisation protocols to mitigate such interactions. These would also have to have been developed independently, as modern science could not equip you adequately for this scenario either. But you are a genius after all. You invented a time machine. Glad you have a sterilisation protocol awaiting when you arrive back. You step out of your time machine into the era of megafauna. And it's cold. The last ice age is still underway, so better have planned not to be in the northern hemisphere, or you might find yourself under a mile or two of ice. Arriving during the age of megafauna backwards is going to put you at another serious disadvantage, likely putting you on the dinner plate of a carnivore or at the mercy of an angry beastie pretty quickly. Our ancestors were tuned into their environments in a way we can only imagine. An urban dweller from the modern world, like yourself, would quickly draw predators upon themselves. Our ancestors knew their environments, the threats they faced. They were honed into movement, smells, and other senses in a way we long ago traded for the comforts of modern living. So better be on full alert and have some serious firepower, just in case. As you head further back in time, the air you breathe starts to work against you. If you go back any further than 66 million years ago, the time of the dinosaurs, then you start running into fundamental problems with the composition of the atmosphere, let alone the wildlife. During the Mesozoic era, 66 to 100 million years ago, the atmosphere composition was inhospitable to humans. You would struggle to breathe with incredibly hot, humid air containing high levels of carbon dioxide, resulting in breathing difficulties and respiratory acidosis, where your blood becomes too acidic for your body to cope with. Quickly you would be developing fatigue, dizziness, and confusion. Not the best condition to be in during such a dangerous part of Earth's history. Add heat-related stress to the mix and it starts to look pretty bad. Going back further and it just gets worse. During the Paleozoic era, 299 to 252 million years ago, particularly during the Permian period, there was massive volcanic activity, creating a high concentration of greenhouse gases. Oxygen levels fluctuated wildly, sometimes dangerously high or dangerously low. 359 to 299 million years ago would plant you in the Carboniferous period, with much higher oxygen levels, 35% over today's 21%. Great for a short while until hypoxia kicks in and you pass out. Going back any further than this would be potential suicide. So with this in mind, you better take a good environmental suit and some oxygen as well. Then, of course, there's the mass extinction events. Planting yourself anywhere within a few 100,000 years of one of these could see you in a serious trouble. Landing during a mass extinction, such as the Permian or Cretaceous, would mean facing a world of chaos. From the aftermath of asteroid impacts to supervolcano eruptions, which took place over hundreds of thousands of year periods. Imagine arriving in a landscape and environment devoid of life, totally alien and unrecognizable. Arriving during any one of these time periods is likely to be disastrous. However, if we timed things well, had our space-time map, advanced environmental scanner, environmental suit, bioshield, and some banging firepower, we might just be okay. Jumping back to 500 million to 1 billion years ago, during the Neo-Proterozoic era, would take you to a time of utter chaos in Earth's history. Despite there only being a supercontinent landmass, the increased radiation, tectonic upheavals and regular impacts make this a very unpredictable and dangerous time to be in. Arriving here, on the edge of the supercontinent Rodinia, and staring out at the vast acidic ocean that envelops the majority of the Earth, you decide you have gone back far enough. Any further, and you know only a blistering hot radiation-soaked world awaits. As you perch on a slab of volcanic rock, the sky around you streaking with incoming comets, a mega tsunami racing towards you from the vast horizon, and the ground quaking beneath you from continuous tectonic activity, you decide, time to go into the future. You jump into your time machine, setting your coordinates just in time to escape the towering mile-high wave as it crashes in from the ocean. But as you propel forward, an unexpected and formidable challenge emerges on the horizon. The complexity and danger awaiting within it makes your previous perils seem like mere child's play. Thank you for joining me as we explored part 1 of the trouble with time travel. Brace yourself for the adventure ahead and join us in part 2 as we delve deep into the future to uncover the perilous truths that lie hidden ahead. Get ready for a journey like no other. If you found value in this episode, then please consider hitting that like button. And if you'd like to be kept informed of new episodes as they are released, subscribe and hit the notification bell. It means the world to us. I look forward to seeing you again soon as we continue on our adventures into the unknown, the unsettling and utterly bizarre. In the meantime, question everything.